So me and Hydra today are going to explain worm training. Now, I do worm training for two reasons. One, to bond with my dragons. Dragons are very food motivated, so it's a great way to bond. And also, I do it to get them not to be so territorial, not to be so destructive. I will be making a video about why dragons all of a sudden become super aggressive. My Spike did it before he passed away, and I was able to fix the problem and become more friendly with him through worm training. So you take tongs. Remember, dragons are simple. So you take a tong, you get a worm. The goal is to get them to sit on your hand.
So it's Hydra, 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 or good boy. Good boy. He knows good boy enough. You see how I had to get his attention? Hydra, 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 Hydra. See, he has no problems getting on my hand. See, I've forced him to get on my hand. There you go, buddy.
There you go. See, he doesn't want to be touched, but he has no issues getting on my hand. And I've gotten my dragons so far to where it was, hey buddy.
Hydra, 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 Hydra. Hydra, 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 Hydra. Hydra, 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 Hydra. Hydra, 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 Hydra. Hydra, Hydra, Hydra. Hydra, 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 Hydra.
So eventually, the point is to take them without a worm to go get the worms. So you'd use a tong and you'd say Hydra, 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 and he would come get on your hand, and then you would pick him up, and then you take him. Hydra, 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 Hydra. We're just going to give him some this time. But I used to be able to with Spike, and Pitch is still good with it. Give him a couple of extra, I want him to feel good. Have a positive experience. There you go, buddy. And you can let him eat out of your hand, that's fine too. But the tong itself becomes a guide. So eventually, your goal is to take the tongs, get them on your hand with a worm, and then take the tongs without a worm, get them on your hands, and then take them to the worms to feed, so that it becomes a bonding, and eventually you'll be able to throw that out and say, hey, Hydra, 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 and he's supposed to come to you. It takes a lot of time. I've never gotten him that far without the tongs, but I have gotten them far enough with the tongs. And yes, they do recognize their name. Hydra recognizes good boy, things like that. Now, one thing to note also is when I started feeding Spike on his enclosure, I would do it here. I would worm train him right here. And so a lot of times he would come over and he would sit right here when I'm on the couch, thinking that was going to get him worms. The other day, I was editing a video that has me saying, good boy, good boy, good boy. I look over and Hydra's over here looking at me. I say something to it and he runs over here. So they think this spot is what's causing them to get food. So you need to change that. Because if you're training them, you're not just doing this to bond, you're training them. They need to understand it's not about the place. It's about what they hear. So the words that are coming out of your mouth need to be the exact same. There needs to be a pattern. And this pattern needs to grow. So Spike sit here, I came over here into the cold area. This was before I even had a garden in their tanks. And I did it to Spike. The look on his face. Spike doesn't know what to do. Like, this was my spot. This is my spot over here. Why over here am I not getting worms? Why do I have to go over there? Okay, I'm coming. And he hustles over there and he gets his worm. Lets them know that it's not about the spot. It is about the words. And that's worm training. Now, I'm about to show you a video of Pitch recognizing her name. I have no worms. Pitch, 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 pitch. Pitch, 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 pitch.